Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 25. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns Daily. This chapter follows the reign of King Amaziah, the son of Joash. Amaziah begins his reign by doing what is right in the eyes of the Lord, but not with a fully devoted heart. Throughout this chapter, we'll see the importance of trusting God completely instead of relying on human strength. We'll also see how pride can lead someone who has experienced victory from God into unnecessary defeat. Amaziah was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 29 years. His mother's name was Jehoaddin, and she was from Jerusalem. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, but not with a whole heart. After the kingdom was firmly in his control, Amaziah executed the officials who had murdered his father, King Joash. However, he did not put their children to death because he obeyed what is written in the book of the law of Moses, where the Lord commanded, "Parents shall not be put to death for their children, nor children put to death for their parents. Each person is to die for their own sin." Amaziah assembled the men of Judah and organized them according to their families under commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds. He counted all the men 20 years old and older and found that Judah had 300,000 trained soldiers able to handle the spear and shield. He also hired 100,000 fighting men from Israel for 100 talents of silver. But a man of God came to him and said, "Your Majesty, do not let the army of Israel go with you, because the Lord is not with Israel, not with any of the people of Ephraim. Even if you go and fight courageously, God will overthrow you before the enemy, for God has the power to help or to overthrow." Amaziah asked, "But what about the 100 talents of silver I paid for Israel's troops?" The man of God answered, "The Lord can give you much more than that." So Amaziah dismissed the troops he had hired from Israel and sent them home. The Israelite soldiers became very angry with Judah and returned home in great anger. Strengthened by the Lord's message, Amaziah led his own army to the Valley of Salt. There they struck down 10,000 Edomites. The army of Judah also captured another 10,000 alive, took them to the top of a cliff, and threw them down so that they were all dashed to pieces. Meanwhile, the Israelite soldiers whom Amaziah had sent home raided the towns of Judah from Samaria to Beth-horon. They killed 3,000 people and carried off a great amount of plunder. After returning from his victory over Edom, Amaziah brought back the gods of the people of Seir. He set them up as his own gods, bowed down before them, and burned sacrifices to them. The Lord became angry with Amaziah and sent a prophet to ask him, "Why have you sought the gods of a people who could not even save their own nation from your hand?" While the prophet was speaking, Amaziah interrupted him and said, "Have we appointed you as the king's advisor? Stop, why should you be struck down?" So the prophet stopped but said, "I know that God has determined to destroy you because you have done this and have not listened to my advice." Then King Amaziah consulted with his advisors and sent a message to Jehoash king of Israel, saying, "Come, let us meet face to face." King Jehoash replied with a parable. A thorn bush in Lebanon sent a message to a cedar in Lebanon, saying, "Give your daughter to my son in marriage." But a wild beast in Lebanon came along and trampled the thorn bush. You say to yourself that you have defeated Edom, and now you are proud. Be content with your victory and stay at home. Why stir up trouble and bring disaster on yourself and Judah? But Amaziah would not listen. This happened because it was God's will to hand Amaziah over to his enemies, since he had sought the gods of Edom. So King Jehoash of Israel marched against Amaziah. The two kings met in battle at Beth-shemesh in Judah. Judah was defeated by Israel, and every soldier fled to his own home. Jehoash captured Amaziah and brought him to Jerusalem. He broke down about 400 cubits of Jerusalem's wall, from the Ephraim gate to the corner gate. He took all the gold, silver, and articles found in the house of God that were under the care of Obed-edom. He also took the treasures from the king's palace, seized hostages, and returned to Samaria. Amaziah lived 15 years after the death of Jehoash king of Israel. The rest of the events of Amaziah's reign are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. From the time Amaziah turned away from following the Lord, a conspiracy was formed against him in Jerusalem. He fled to Lachish, but they sent men after him and killed him there. His body was brought back on horses and buried with his ancestors in the city of Judah. Lesson of the day: Today's chapter reminds us that partial obedience is still disobedience. Amaziah trusted God enough to dismiss the hired army, even though it cost him a great deal of money. God honored that obedience and gave him victory. But after winning, Amaziah turned to the very idols of the nation God had defeated. Instead of giving God the glory, pride filled his heart, and he rejected God's warning. Success can become dangerous when it causes us to forget the one who gave us victory. God desires faithful hearts that continue to trust him after the battle is won, not just while the battle is being fought. If you're enjoying these Bible breakdowns and want to support what we're building, you can check out our merch at BibleBreakdownsDaily.com. It's just a small way to carry the message with you. I'll see you in the next chapter.